Well, welcome back. Well, in 2014, the Adventure Racing Championship took all these incredible athletes from all over the world on an amazing course. Some it lasted 4 days. For some, this going through this course in Ecuador lasted 6 days. Well, one of the teams that competed was Team Peak Performance out of Sweden. And if you remember, we brought you the story of why this team in particular was so special. It's because of a dog that they befriended in the Amazon jungle. Eventually, they brought it back home, and it is now living with the team captain of Team Peak Performance in Sweden and his family. And guess what? There's another chapter to this story. And Mikael Lindnord from Sweden is joining us this morning. Good morning. Or I should say good afternoon for you, Mikael. How are you?
Hello, good morning and good afternoon from here.
Yes, it's great to see you again. Great to hear your voice. It's been quite a year and a half for you and your family. First of all, congratulations on your new little baby boy.
Thank you, thanks.
Because last time we talked to you, I think little Felipe was little Felipe? Felipe,
Yeah.
Is that pronounce her name? Your little girl, correct?
Yes.
And you brought home your newest member, which is Arthur the dog. Let's backtrack just a little bit, Mikael, and tell our viewers who may not be familiar with the story of Arthur, how you found him and where you guys found him.
Yeah, it was. We were doing this Adventure Racing World Championship in Ecuador. It's you can see him behind me actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were competing for 6 full days, and after 4 days, we passed this little small village in the middle of the jungle, kind of, and I was preparing my stuff, and I was eating some Swedish meatballs that I have with me, and I just can see this really poor-looking fellow coming in my corner of my eye, and it was this dog, and he was bleeding from the back, and he looked really miserable, and he smelled really, really bad, and you know, instantly I was like, wow, don't come near me because you have all the disease in the world, but at the same time, I felt like, wow, no one had been kind to this dog. So I just gave him some meatballs. And this was just a couple of like seconds. Then I continued with my other stuff and stuff like that. So I didn't really, you know, I really didn't put so much attention on it. So when we then walk out in the jungle, and it was like after a couple of kilometers, we walked with other Swedish team. We can see a dog was following us, and I didn't understand from the beginning that this was this dog that I gave the food. It was just later I understand that was the same dog, and yeah, and he when he started walking with us, he never let us down, and yeah, he bet his life, you know, to stick with us.
And about how many days was he with you on your journey there?
48 hours. You know, in our sport we're racing 24 hours, you know, so it's like it's more intense, and he became like a fifth team member, you can say.
He absolutely did. And that's when the story caught on, Mikael, when these pictures were shown all over the place. And you eventually brought him home. He was in quarantine. He was, you know, checked over for health and everything. And then you guys brought him home. And if our viewers can see, he's laying back there under the table behind you. So how is his life now that you brought him home with your family to Sweden there? And wake him up. Hey, if we call him, we'll like, Arthur, come here, boy. Come here, Arthur.
Yeah, like this, maybe. Arthur, kom här. Jag kommer då.
Look at him. Oh, this is going to make me cry. How is he adjusted to everything back home for you?
Oj.
Oh, look at. Oh. Oh, he's adjusted well, hasn't he, Mikael?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my
yeah, we have just cut him, you know, with a special dog hairdresser, because we have this huge fur with, and he don't really like the heat. And now it starts to get summertime here in Sweden, so we make a summer cut for him.
Wow. It's just, you know, and I know we have some pictures of him with your family that I want to show our viewers, because it's like he was meant to be with your family. Look at
Aw.
these. What does your daughter think of Arthur?
She obviously doesn't understand, the background, and we were just walking in the woods just, I think it was 2 days ago, and I said, you know where Arthur is coming from? He's coming from Ecuador, and she was like, Ecuador? So she should understand she came from somewhere else, because we've been traveling a little bit with our family, so she knows that he comes from far away.
Yep.
How old is Arthur? Do you know?
Ah, I have no idea. The first, they say 3 years, 4 years, and 8 years, and like everything between that. But I think it's like more like 3,
Yes, sweet
because
dog.
because he have been grown a little bit, like he's a little bit bigger, more muscles, and even grown like in height. So I think he's younger than we thought from the beginning.
Well, there's another chapter to the story, Mikael, and if you stay with us from Sweden, we're going to take a break real quick and come back and talk to you about how this has grown internationally in the next story in Arthur's life. So stay with us, friends. We'll be right back.
Welcome back.
We are joined with our friend Mikael Linnord and his dog Arthur from Sweden this morning, and we just brought you up to speed a little bit about the dog and living with Mikael's family now, and there goes Arthur back to sleep. I guess we're boring him a little bit, but the exciting thing, Mikael, tell us about this next chapter in the life of Arthur and how this story continues.
I think before, I guess you want to talk about the book, but before that, I will tell you a story that happened when we get Tor, our small boy. And the thing was that, the last day, Helena was having this pain before she get the birth, of course. Arthur was joining her the whole night. And in the morning, after Tor he was like 5 hours old, kind of. And then Grandpa and Grandma had been out walking with Arthur. So I was sitting in the sofa, and then Arthur came in, and he instantly saw that I had Tor in my lap. So he just jumped up on the the small table in front of me, and then he licked Tor 2 times on the head, and they jumped back.
Oh, life is good. Wow.
Yeah. He's like a family guy, And in New Year's Eve, we were out have this family thing. We go around this lake, and we do some ice skates, and we will have some a sausage. We will have to doing stuff. What we call it, grill, like a barbecue. Mm-hmm. So then one of my training partners here came by and said, "Oh, I can run with Arthur." And I said, yeah, that could be cool. Yes. Yeah, you can take him. And he tried to run I think it's 10 meters. And then Arthur just stopped and then you go back, because he don't want to miss, the family time,
Oh, I tell you, this dog, like Ronnie and I were saying, this dog was just, why this dog picked you out of all of the teams running through the jungles of Ecuador, we will never know. But so tell us about the book. This is so exciting.
Yeah, actually, it's been hard work. It's actually, the book starts when I was 12 years old, and we're living in Syria, in Damascus, and I'm in the Pakistan school, and it actually starts from there, and we make some we call chapters from my growing and my career to lead to this situation when we met Arthur.
Wow.
So you get to follow my kind of career first, but the focus will be, of course, on the meeting with Arthur.
Wow. So what is the title of the book?
Arthur, the dog that crossed the jungle to find a home.
Love it. And so, everyone here I'm going to say everyone here in America, because we're going to share this story with everyone. I mean, this story has gone international. It seriously has. Are we going to be able to get copies of the book somewhere eventually in America, or what?
Yeah. Hopefully, the book is going to be everywhere, I guess. So We will start. We go actually to. It's official now, so we're going to London tomorrow for the release of the book. The release of the book is 19th of May, and I think you can buy it on the internet, on Amazon or something. So we're going over there, and obviously the book is the first issue is on English, and then it's going to be in Swedish in September, and Germany, and then later on also in the Portuguese and English. And I also know this story. I travel, as you said, around the world. So I know a lot of people from Korea and China and Japan and those countries too that have found a great interest in this too.
Wow.
What
Well,
a privilege, an absolute privilege.
yeah, it is a privilege for us, Mikkel, to speak with you. I mean, I feel like we're friends and that you live down the street. I wish we could come and just hug you and your whole sweet family and that beautiful dog. Who knew that a dog would change your life like this, right?
Yeah, crazy.
It is crazy. Well, you hug your whole sweet family for all of us here in little old Kearney, Nebraska, out to you in Sweden. Good luck with the book release, and we will encourage all of our viewers to go online and get a copy, and especially give a hug to Arthur from us as well. We love you guys.
Thanks for being in your show.
Oh, thank you, Mikkel. It is an honor. And we'll be back with more NTV's Good Life in just a moment. Stay with us.